pork chops for $2.48 per pound. All natural boneless chicken breasts $2.99 per pound. 5-ounce portions of tuna steak, mahi-mahi, or swordfish for $3.99 each. And Bush Light 30 racks just $17.99 each when you purchase 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service, bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And Ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and March Madness is here, and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February, and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over $10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. Strap up your headgear and try not to hit the mat too hard. This is Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning.
Facts don't lie. Wrestling is a pretty big deal in the Big Ten, so it's a pretty big deal to us.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Powered by Stevens & Smith Construction. Here is your host, Mark Manning.
Welcome to it. Takedown Tuesdays on The Ticket, 93.7 FM. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Hamann text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing? Text in. We'll read what we can read and get to what we can get to. You get to add to the conversation, and we ask that you do so. You can follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, and Allo Channel 964. If you want to get fancy, you can jump on Amazon Prime and catch us there. Greatly appreciate it. Harrison, did they give you the read? Let's say thank you to our fine friends at Stevens & Smith Construction.
Let me find that read for you, DP.
There we go.
We'll get it.
Well, those are brothers. Look, you can do it when we will reset at 4:15, so you can give it to me then. to do that. It is a special Takedown Tuesday. On the desk next to me are 2 individual national championships, Division I wrestling by members of Nebraska Wrestling. And let's welcome, and I'm going to get out of the way because I want these 2 to have this conversation with y'all. Rather than it be driven by me, nope. I'm going to get out of the way. We're going to build a radio host today. We're going to build 2 radio hosts today, right? Guys that can learn and adapt on the fly. Let's welcome national champions Ridge Lovett and Antrell Taylor to the ticket. Gentlemen, take it away.
All righty. Yeah, so we got me and my boy Trelly in here, back-to-back natty champs. Come on now, champ.
Baby.
Yeah, 14 years, 14-year drought without a national champ.
Insane. Since
And
1984, since we had 2, right?
Since we had 2, 2 in the same year. It's been a while. But
crazy.
14 years, and then it took about 14 minutes. My boy got it done.
Exactly. Come on.
Yeah, so
awesome.
New weight for you.
Yeah.
65 last year, coming down to 57.
Mhm.
Both of us won national titles at different weights than we started our careers at.
Yeah.
How is the move down to 57?
For me, man, it was the beginning of the season, I say, was the hardest, when we had to do the descent plan and make 2%. And then for wrestle loss, we had to make scratch the first time. That was probably the hardest. And then after that, I was just a routine, just keeping the routine going. That was the biggest part for me.
Mm-hmm. So
it wasn't too bad.
For the percentages, our trainer, Tyler Weeda, best trainer in the country.
Goat man right
Absolutely. There. He put together a descent plan for us. So 5 days out of competition, and really all the time, you want to be within 5% of your weight, right? And then 4 days out, 4%, 3%, getting your way down. And scratch means you're making weight. Yeah. 157, you got to be 157.0 or lower.
0.1, you out of there. You can't do that. You can't be 0.1 over.
Yeah. So, beginning of the season, a couple of those duels, those guys wanted to start at those weights where we had guys dropping.
Yeah.
What duel was it when we started at 57?
It was I think it was the first one, wasn't it?
Was it UVU?
Yeah, Utah Valley. We started at 157.
I thought they were gonna kick you off the scale.
Definitely not. I got them out of there quick. Take forward, come on,
man. All right, so we had a pretty good season.
Yeah,
pretty good season all in all. But the past few weeks, we really turned it up.
Yeah.
And so Big Tens, right? Big Tens didn't quite finish where you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
How are you able to bounce back from
that? Just like refocusing and not letting those Big Ten matches like sit on my shoulders and all that stuff, and just going out there wrestling free. I felt like it was what I was doing at nationals, and everything was just clicking at the right time. I felt like I was seeing everything that was coming, and I was doing my best wrestling when it was supposed to be done.
And at the end of the tournament, I remember talking to you in there. I came up, dashed you up, and said, "Hey, 2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks is what matters. This is whatever. 2 weeks is what matters."
Exactly.
Right, but
yeah.
Runner-up finishes the team at Big Tens.
Mm-hmm.
Runner-up finish, all-time score for Nebraska.
Yeah, how many points do you have? A lot.
117. 117 at the Nationals.
Can't even think of it on top of my head. But.
I was listening to a Flo was talking about it. That is the 5th highest second-place score of all time.
It's crazy. So any other year, they're basically saying we'd won that thing.
Mm-hmm. They were going through it, and 3 or 4 of the past 10 years, we would have won it with that score.
Dang.
Yeah, that's good stuff. So, walk us through your national tournament.
So first match, I wrestled a guy from Missouri. I didn't really know too much about him. I was just gonna go out there and get my offense going and hope and not let him slow me down and stuff like that. I think I beat him 22-4. Second match, I went out there, wrestled a guy from Penn. He's a solid guy. I actually went out there and pinned him way quicker than I thought. He was trying to slow me down. I felt him grab my elbows, doing all the little things to slow me down, grab my wrist. But yeah, then after that match,
at nationals. So the way that they set up the tournament is we weigh in. What time are we weighing in? 10 a.m.
10 o'clock. Yeah.
10 o'clock.
Cut the weight.
Then noon wrestling starts.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And for the guys on the top side of the bracket, it's 1 match per session, 2 sessions a day. So your first 2 matches were on the first day, 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So how, like, after wrestling that first match, going back to the hotel, kicking it, like,
it was
what are you doing?
Oh no, it's low key hard to like. So I like to take naps when we got a break, but my adrenaline's rushing so bad, so like it's hard. I'm trying to take a nap, and I'm like, man, I'm just thinking about wrestling. I gotta stay focused. But yeah, but I did end up taking it out, and then we got back to that second session and got it rolling.
Got that boy out of there
got
quick.
that boy out of there quick.
Out of there quick.
Had to cut a little bit more weight than I wanted to because I didn't sweat too much. So
Yeah, so the schedule for the tournament, like I was saying, weigh-in at 10, wrestling starts at noon, right? We got the session 1, session 2. Then that night, you got to go back and cut weight because the next day we weigh in again.
Yeah.
3-day tournament, 3 weigh-ins. You get a 1 pound allowance each day, right? So stay on the top side as long as you can.
Exactly.
If you follow the consies, you got 2 matches in the next session. So we had a couple guys drop those first ones, and that's a long road back to AA.
Yeah. We got some
losing early in that tournament's a grind. You're gonna have to battle back 2 matches each session.
Yeah.
It's lose, go home. Right.
And we had some dogs do it. That's some crazy things.
Dogs did it. My boy Van D. Lenny got darn close.
Yeah.
Darn close all the way back to the blood round. And blood round is the match before placings. And that might be the most exciting round of the tournament.
Yeah, honestly. It's just where a lot of dreams come true and a lot of dreams get broken. So it's a fun part of the tournament, no doubt.
Go back to the hotel, you're cutting your weight, wake up in the morning, get the last little bit off.
Yeah.
Walk me through day 2.
Day 2, yeah. So who did I wrestle the first match? Matthew Bianchi from Little Rock. So yeah, that guy was a tough opponent. He did a good job of slowing me down. I couldn't get some offense the first period. I think I got a takedown beginning of the second, and then the ref started calling me for stalling calls, which was crazy because I was controlling that whole entire match, pushing this dude all over the mat. And then I go back to after that match, do the interviews and go back to the hotel, relaxed. And then I wrestled Meyer Shapiro later that night. And that was
getting that get back.
I had to get some get back right there, and that felt good. That was a match.
You've wrestled him a few times.
Yeah, he kicked my butt the first 3 times we wrestled.
We wrestled 3 times.
Yeah, we wrestled 3.
U.S. Open and World Team Trials.
Yeah, best of 3 in the finals, World Team Trials. So yeah, he was a familiar opponent, but I got it done.
Heck yeah. And then congratulations, you have made the NCAA finals. What's
crazy.
Next? You got to go cut more weight.
Gotta cut more weight. That's the part people don't really realize. Like after these matches and we so hyped up, we got to just go cut some weight. But I was like 2 pounds over, so it wasn't too bad.
That might be the easiest weight to cut.
Yeah,
really. You in the finals, tomorrow you get to chill out all day.
I get to chill all day. The finals at what, 6 o'clock? Yeah, it was fine.
Weigh-ins day 3 were an hour earlier.
Yeah, but we had to go through the
time
secret, not in the Secret Service.
Oh,
we were waiting in the line.
President Trump came to watch.
Yeah, no, it was crazy.
POTUS was in there. Crazy security, checking everything, pulling the gum out of your pack.
Seriously,
checking everything.
They checked the car. They checked the hood of the car, the back of the trunk of the car. It was insane.
Stop.
Was insane.
Park your car, turn it off, pop the hood, trunk, dogs, mirrors underneath the car, everything.
Got the whole rundown.
It's about 45 minutes to get inside.
Yeah, we're about late for weigh-ins.
Coach Snyder was calling people saying, "We got to fix something. We need more people in here."
Seriously, it was something new to me.
Then for those guys wrestling for their medal matches, consi semis, they get going right after weigh-ins.
Yeah,
as soon as that 2-hour mark hit, they're scrapping.
Yeah,
me and you were at the hotel getting
chilling.
Good breakfast.
That breakfast was fire too.
It was a good breakfast.
It was fire.
Right at the hotel in the lobby. The finals match. Another familiar.
Wait. I gotta ask now. When people say the breakfast of champions, I need to know what this magical
keep it simple
breakfast is like the morning of wrestling for the national championship.
I had some pancakes. No, it was waffles.
It was waffles.
Yeah, it was waffles and some bacon, some fruit. Kept it simple. Yeah.
And come on, that in our heads, you are just full.
Yeah.
No.
I couldn't wait for that breakfast.
Because you cut weight all day, right? You got to weigh in. So
you
don't eat until after you weigh it.
Yeah.
And then that's the only match that you have where you don't have to weigh in again. Ever. Like until next year.
Yeah, seriously. It was amazing.
Oh. That would sound like the best breakfast.
Yeah, it was
Rich, what'd you have?
Man, I had the same thing as Trelly. Yeah. Lots of bacon. Had some waffles. I think my parents came through.
Yeah, your parents. We talked to them for a while.
Came over, sat down. We were chopping it up for a little bit. Just hanging out. breakfast of champions real quick.
What do you say to your parents on the morning of wrestling for the national championship?
Shoot, everything stays the same. Just what's up? How's it going?
Just keep
what are you guys
smack to
doing?
his sister.
Me and my sister talking trash, gonna fight in the lobby just like we were little.
Oh,
It was too funny.
that is spectacular. That is spectacular. We are with two national champions, Ridge Lovett, Antrell Taylor, Nebraska Wrestling. We do have some texts that we need to get to, but Harrison, if you would please let our friends know about Stevens and Smith.
Absolutely. Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling on 93.7. The Ticket is sponsored by your friends at Stevens and Smith Construction, an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees with over 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as full-service concrete company specializing in residential and commercial foundation and flat work. Locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City. Check them out at stevensandsmith.com.
Again, we appreciate you on the Sartor Hammond text line. Got some questions for you, gentlemen. This first one says, Trelly, can you give your thoughts when you had Blaze in the finals? Were you surprised he made it through the other side?
Yeah, honestly, he truly shocked me about the run he had. It was actually I give my props to him for that, and I was really surprised, and I was happy that I had a familiar opponent. I knew I could get it done against him for sure. It didn't matter who the opponent was, but seeing Blaze in that finals was.
Well, you had faced him recently.
Yeah, 3 times in the past 2 months. We wrestled on the last duel.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Last duel.
Last duel, and then 2 weeks later at Big Tens, then national finals.
Y'all wrestled twice at Big Tens.
Twice, yeah. For the first, and we wrestled on the front side, and then we wrestled on third, fourth.
That's
we're not gonna get into the third, fourth place. We're not gonna get into that one. But.
You know, well, the thing about wrestling at the high level is accepting a lesson.
Yeah, that was
accepting a lesson.
Big lesson right there.
Right, accepting a lesson that okay, you got me once, and this is how you got me. That's not happening again.
Yeah, never again.
And Ridge, you went through the very same thing. Like you're talking about familiar folks, right? Folks that know each other, and then it's just who's better that day in that moment for those 7 minutes. Right. Mm-hmm. So when you see your matchup, same thing applies, right? It's a known foe. What's going in your head?
Yeah, that was the match I wanted. You know, I was down 1-2 in the series, and ready to get that get back.
Isn't that it, man? Just like wait a minute, and this one mattered more.
Mm-hmm.
This one mattered more. From the text line as well, it says, I know about cutting weight, but what do you guys weigh right about now? So. Versus what you normally would be, let's say 2 weeks ago. You don't change that much because the habits have to be consistent or they show up in bad places. So, Charles, I'll ask you going through it. One, you exhale, right? You have to exhale.
Yeah. But yeah, after lifting today, I was 166, 167.
Okay.
I really don't sprout up too much. I stay around the same weight, honestly.
Now, Ridge, that's the thing, right? You're still in competition. Even though you're not wrestling for Nebraska, you're still going to wrestle. So
Absolutely.
There's still some things that have to be done. Ridge, what do you walk around at?
Shoot, I've almost caught you, Trey.
Yeah, I think I was going to say he probably caught me for real.
Man, I was at the doctor the other day getting my ear fixed up.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
Yeah, getting my stitches out. Got them out yesterday. Yesterday was a good day.
You have to tell that story because it is a full-on thing. But let's talk the weight thing first.
Yeah, I weighed 65 at the doctor yesterday.
Okay, right.
I didn't check today after weight. So probably something close to that.
Right. You kind of look at each other like, okay, all right. But I mean, and never has there been cheat meals more deserved than end of wrestling
I'm
season.
eating them real slow now that I can get them.
Right.
Like, real slow.
Right, to go through that. But tell the folks, Ridge, day after national championship, you got to get cut. How is the ear? Tell folks why you had to get cut and then what the last week's been like.
Yeah, so everyone knows wrestlers with the cauliflower ear and stuff. So right after Big Tens, I don't know when it happened. I don't remember getting smacked. Like my other ear, I remember like when it happened. As soon as it got hit, I was like, oh, whoa, that's a crazy feeling.
That's bad.
That hurts real bad. And that one swelled up, hardened up, everything was good. But right after Big Tens, this one was really swollen up at the top and had a big bubble on it. I was posting it on my Instagram for people to see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was like, yeah, whatever. We're just gonna rock with it. went to practice and I forgot my headgear at my house 3 days in a row. So I was just, my ear was soft, a little swollen, wasn't too bad, but I was like, yeah, whatever. Go in there, wrestle for 3 days, forgot my headgear. And
I remember you coming up to me like, "Oh, bro, I forgot my." I was like,
got
"Yeah,
it
you messed
again,
up."
dude. Walking in, as soon as I grabbed the handle to the door at the Devaney, I'm like, no way, it's sitting in my room. But yeah, then once we got to nationals, it was blowing up big.
So the headgear. This is for novices in this. People don't really identify what the headgear is actually for, right? That it protects both wrestlers, but for you, what does it do for you? What's the problem with not having your headgear for 3 days?
Well, when your ear is soft, so when cauliflower ear is when the front and back of your ears separate, and it fills up with fluid and different things. Cartilage tears, and it swells up, and then hardens. So the headgear protects your ear from those impacts, and also just protects your head hitting the mat, hitting your opponent's head, just kind of like some basic safety stuff. But it did not have my headgear, so it was getting hit a whole bunch in practice, and by the time we got to nationals, it was pretty big.
It was red and that thing talked.
Crazy.
That thing talked.
It had a heartbeat for sure.
I had a little friend walking around. I'd shake my head. I feel it like splashing in there. I was like, whoa.
Oh, so how many stitches?
5.
5 stitches on the ear.
Mm-hmm.
And that, did they give you the number, like how much fluid they took out?
They didn't. Because they just sliced me. They sliced it on the bottom, and then pushed a lot of the fluid out. And she thought she was going to be able to get it all, but it was in 2 different like pockets. So
Harrison, you hear this, right? Harrison, you hear this, right?
Yeah, I don't know how much more I have.
It's no fun, dog.
Right, this is the point, and this is why I really am looking forward to wrestlers talking about this life and this existence, because us mere mortals, us basic humans, need to get humble. Like, we need to get humbled and say, hey, first of all, I'm gonna stop identifying myself like I do you, because it is a difference. Harrison, I sat Matt's side for Big Ten tournament, and I said the thing that it changed the way I think, because before that day, I call myself, I'm a pretty good athlete. In my mind, I was a pretty good athlete. Could have played D1 in several sports, right?
Mm-hmm.
Made the choice. But watching wrestlers in their environment and then how they managed themselves in that environment, the rest of us are not athletes. We're just not, because every muscle, every tendon, every bit of cartilage is under duress.
Yeah.
Every minute of you doing what you do. Every single minute, every muscle is just totally locked in, and it's bananas. It is bananas. Like, do you realize that this, when we say one of one, and you two are truly both one of one, like there's no other like you anywhere in this country, that what you put into it, and I think it's probably the best part of this, is that all the sacrifice that you made, all those practices, every rep, every meal cut, every bit of cardio, every bit of that, in one fantastic moment, it all paid off.
Yeah, the feeling was crazy.
So
the feeling, that was
we'll go to break. When we come back, I want to ask you both to describe the moment. The moment, and some would say it's in the match. Some will say, I've heard people say that it's the moment when your hand is raised and it hits the highest moment the ref can raise it, and you get to look around. I'll ask you both to describe the moment you were national champions. So Ridge Lovett, Antrell Taylor, Takedown Tuesdays on the Ticket. We'll be right back.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through April 1st is $1 off all pasta, $2 off spaghetti sauce, and special discounts on hamburgers. Locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney and Lincoln, or also at 168th and Maple Streets in Omaha. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town. Salt Mine City is not only Lincoln's newest brewery, but they're also now serving food. Enjoy a full menu of great items daily for lunch and dinner, like their peanut butter and jelly burger with bacon and cheddar cheese, or a Reuben sandwich served on Blackstone rye bread. Don't forget their beef or chicken nachos with guacamole, sour cream, jalapenos, and more. Wash it down with one of their 12 beers on tap, including the popular Single Axle Light American Lager. Salt Mine City, now open 11 a.m. every day but Mondays at 8th and R.
GMC and March Madness is here and Koppel is ready to rock and roll. We just closed the books on a tremendous February and we're locked and loaded for a big March. True 0% APR is happening right now at Koppel on select new models. Plus, Koppel has over 10,500 off list on other select new models. Our pre-owned truck lot is full of late model low gyms as well. So make that short drive down 144th Street or check us out online at koppelcars.com. All deals with a roof credit, 0% is standalone.
Wrestling fans, it's time to elevate your game, just like Stevens & Smith Construction does for your concrete needs. As your full-service concrete contractor, we deliver solid results every time. From singles to doubles, fighting for inside position to scrambling reversals, we know how to pin down quality and slam expectations. Stevens & Smith Construction, a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket, where Husker wrestlers bring you all the action. Don't stall. Stevens & Smith Construction is here to help you build a concrete foundation for the win. Check us out at www.stevensandsmith.com because stalling is a penalty and winning is the only option.
Water heater gone? Call Bryant. The price you're quoted is the price you'll pay. And in most cases, same-day replacement. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
We have a cloudy and windy day on tap for your Tuesday. A wind advisory will be in effect this afternoon. Wind gusts up around 40 miles an hour will be possible. We'll get up to 63 for a high temperature before some thunderstorms roll in, some of which could be strong to severe. Main threats would be for some large hail and some strong wind gusts. 64 for a high tomorrow. I'm meteorologist Aaron Dowden for 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through April 6th, enjoy all-natural, thick-cut bone-in pork chops for $2.48 per pound, all-natural boneless chicken breasts $2.99 per pound, 5-ounce portions of tuna steak, mahi-mahi, or swordfish for $3.99 each, and Bush Light 30 racks just $17.99 each when you purchase 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find, only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
What's going on, fans? This is Lexi Rodriguez, 4-time All-American at Nebraska and now proud member of Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League One Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering us on in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action this season. Go Big Green!
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Early break. Sort of interesting that we could all learn from. He doesn't look at himself just as a running back, he said. I look at myself as a weapon. you should follow suit. I'm not just a radio host. I'm a weapon.
Noted.
Noted. We're weapons.
Weapons.
Yes. Weapons
I like
of
that.
destruction.
With Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Bush from 6 to 9 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Back to Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Takedown Tuesdays on the Ticket. DP, Harrison Arns, national champions, Ridge Lovett and Antrell Taylor. Harrison Arns, one more time, fired up, and let these people know about our friends at Smith & Stevens.
Absolutely. As always, Takedown Tuesday is sponsored by Stevens and Smith Construction, an employee-owned company with nearly 250 employees, 2,000 years of service combined. They lead the industry as well as full-service concrete company specializing in residential, commercial foundations, and flat work. Locations in Lincoln, Omaha, and Kansas City. Check them out at stevensandsmith.com.
They make this happen for you every Tuesday. From the text line, this is hilarious because I actually heard the comment, and it came. So the text says, and it's from Disc Golf Jake, and he's a buddy of the show, so greatly appreciate you, bro. He says, Daniel Cormier is saying, why he got to celebrate like that after Ridge's semifinal? The celebration, your celebrations are legendary. Like, everybody knows that. Like, they never know what they're going to get when Ridge wins a match, especially a big match. He gonna hit you with something. You gonna get some flavor. If you like your chicken plain, he's the wrong dude to watch. You gonna get some flavor when you watch Ridge. So, did you hear about this? Did you know about?
Yeah. So I went back because somebody told me, I saw a comment on Instagram or something where they're like, "Oh, like, why DC hating on his pose? Why are they hating on the celly?"
All right.
So I went back and I rewatched my semis match. I rewatched most of my matches, but I rewatched that one to watch the beginning.
Yeah,
I was turning up on that.
Yeah, it was nice.
And then the end, so I could hear DC.
Yeah,
and so that pose, I posted it on my Snapchat. It's the double peace sign,
right?
Sorority girl foot.
Yeah.
But so I posted it on my Snapchat,
right?
Like my sophomore year. This was like 5 years ago. And Tyler Berger slid up. He was like, bro, you got to stop doing that. That's so zesty. Like, what are you doing? And then,
like, you're winning titles and they call you zesty. Chill out, bro.
That's that's going to do that pose.
Right. Like, how do you,
matter.
Like, meet me in the middle. Like, we can, if you don't like it.
Pink shoes on and all.
Right. Right. And those are high level wrestling shoes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is that a prototype?
Yeah, those were samples. Mine were samples. Trails were samples.
Yeah, mine were too.
Smooth and Van D had a pair of the blue ones. And
Harrison, you hear this, right?
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
You hear this, right? You hear this, right? Hey, no, prototypes, man. We, you normals can't.
Yeah, I can't touch this right now.
Telling Adidas the Ridge Lovett Cotton Candy Speeds.
How about that, bro?
Right?
That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Harrison, clip that and send it to Adidas. We tagging them. We tagging Adidas.
Give me the cherry red ones.
That's what we're talking about, right?
Come on.
Right. So just Adidas. We just need to be clear. Antrell, what national champion? Cherry red.
Cherry red. Yeah, that's what we gonna call it.
That's
national champ. Cherry red.
See, and then Ridge. What do you want next year? What do you want for freestyle?
Cotton Candy Speeds.
See.
That's fine.
So we were asking the text line if you're going to wrestle freestyle. Let folks know what's next for you.
Yeah. So if you win nationals, you are automatically qualified for the World Team Trials. So typically we would go to the U.S. Open coming up here in a few weeks. But that's a qualifier for the World Team Trials. So fortunately, I had a good weekend a week ago, so I don't have to go to that one. But in May, World Team Trials, freestyle. Maybe a little Greco. Don't totally know yet.
Trial, what you gonna do, man? What's it for you? Next?
I'm gonna probably shoot for the same thing as him, or I'll wrestle the U23 trials. It's around the same time, but yeah, World Teams is in our future for sure.
Ridge, this is the beauty of doing these shows, and I'm glad you're going to get to witness this in full. But text line says this: you ought to put that on a shirt. You ought to put your Sally on a shirt. Like they did the flip, right? That needs to be a Ridge Lovett shirt.
Yeah.
Like that needs to be done. And as Texas says, if you get them made, I will personally send it to Daniel Cormier.
Yeah. Yeah. So shirts are in the works right now.
You know,
we're getting some ideas out there.
Well, that's the thing. So also from the text line from Murph, hey fellas, congratulations on your series, on your season. I'm curious how Ridge got away with the color shoes, not only in Big Tens, but the championships. Are there color restrictions as far as that goes?
No, but Coach Manning, he wasn't huge on him when he first saw him. We were
hello.
Hello. New duel. And Snyder was talking. He was like, yeah, Adidas just sent in some new shoes. We got a pair of white ones. We got some red ones, blue ones, pink ones. And Brock was like, I'll take the white ones. Charlie was like, I got the reds. I was like, shoot, give me the pink. Oh, now you know what it is. Give it to your boy.
When they send samples, do they have your sizes before they send them,
all
or do they send all size and then it's just a free for all? It is a wrestling free for all. It's a wrestle off for the samples, right? You get what you get.
Yeah. We had four pairs of size 9.5 samples. Snyder was like, who wears a 9.5? I was like, me.
Come on. I wear a 10, but I'm gonna squeeze it.
Oh, man, do you get much from like the local sports stores who carry that kind of? Are there wrestling? So for high school wrestlers here in the state, where do they get their stuff? Is it just all offline?
A lot online. Magazines. It's another USA Wrestling magazine.
Oh, you got to do better than that, Nebraska.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I've been trying to reach out to a bunch of like little stores that get more wrestling stuff.
Well, you would imagine that Shields.
I see all the football stuff out there. Football makes sense, but like basketball, all that type of stuff. But
what about
wrestling? We for sure needs to be in the stores somewhere.
Shields, what about the dude,
Oscar
the GOAT from Nebraska who has his own wrestling shoe? Jordan Burrow has the all I see is gold, like those joints. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
The black with the gold label.
Yeah, fine.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Look, I'm all for calling people Mr. Burrow, paging Mr. Burrow. So we need we got some gear we need to get and do that as well. I need for you to talk to each other about the moment you became national championship. So Trelly, you know your guy Ridge. Mm-hmm. Ask him in your language what this thing was.
Yeah, we're just walking through the feeling of being a national champ, man.
So
on top of the world.
I was on top of my head. Henson in on a shot. I'm up by 1. And I could hear Snyder yelling, 20 seconds, 15, 10 seconds, 5 seconds, Lovett, 5 seconds. And I was sitting there, neck bent up, on literally upside down.
I think I looked away at that point. I was like, man, I hope you don't get taken out.
Charlie in the back warming up.
Yeah, I was warming up trying to stay focused.
Trying to watch. They got a TV right in the tunnel.
Literally,
so all
right
you can watch is the match before you.
Yeah.
And then the whistle blew. I was like, I freaking did it. Job's done. Yeah. Job's finished. We did it. And that was when I was just laying there smiling with my hands on my head. I popped my headgear off because my ear just exploded. Pulled my headgear off. I was like, yes, like we did it. Yeah. And it was just all smiles from there. All smiles from there.
That's what's up, brother.
How about you, bro? What point did you really realize like we did the thing?
Yeah, it was for me. It was like when the whistle blew and I was on my back and I was like, man, this is crazy. And I stood up. I was like, yeah, I'm about to celebrate. I got to do backflip. That was the first thought. I'm hitting that backflip. And then I went and gave the coaches a hug, gave Manning a hug, all Snyder, Tervell, all of them.
Man, there was someone else on the stage.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm about to get to you. Then I walked towards the stairs. Ridge was right there. I gave about body locking right there. I hugged him so hard. But then I walked right to my family, That's why I couldn't do the interview first. I had to give my family some love, but then I did the interview. It was just crazy. It felt like I was in a movie.
Yeah, you got me in trouble.
What I do?
Because I was so in between the matches. I don't know if they showed on TV or not, but in between the matches, you go up on the podium stand. So after 157, 149 goes on the podium and gets their awards. Mm-hmm. They're walking my weight class to the podium. And I was I ran over to the stage. I was like, my boy just won. He just won.
Yeah, that's the only option.
And DP knows he was in the interviews after the matches.
Well, yeah, we look literally.
What's the score?
Like, what's the score? And they're like, Charlie won 4. We're like,
it's a party. Party in Lincoln, baby. Come on.
As soon as we got done with the semis, they're rushing us into these interview rooms. I was trying to go say what's up to these kids on the side, and they're pulling on me like, no, you got to go do this. I'm like, you're going to have to wait.
And they said, no.
Dap these kids up. I'm like, all right, fine, let's go do this interview. And I'm in there, and they had a TV. And it was like against the wall, like far enough back that I couldn't see what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as they were like, all right, any more questions? Nope. I immediately looked at DP, and I was like, what
What's
happened?
the word?
What happened? He dapped me up, gave me a hug. He's like, bro, he won. He's in the shit. We're in the finals.
I didn't want to yell it out loud in the media room because you're supposed to be neutral.
Yeah.
But we're looking at each other and like,
Come on.
Man,
That's awesome.
I got these people ask me, they're like, so what does your team mean to you? I'm like, bro, everything. What's the score, dog? What do you mean he's wrestling?
You can watch my reaction and tell me everything. Come on.
Man,
That's awesome.
After the finals, it was 3-0 when I got done with my interview. Out running out there to go see it. These kids are sitting in the chair.
Crazy.
Man, walk me through that finals match, bro.
Man, finals was I got the so he did this thing. So I was watching his feet when I shot my low single. He doesn't usually fake how he did, and I timed it. Boom. And I got up to his hips because I knew he was gonna scramble.
Got big on him.
Got big on
him.
Got to get him off his feet if he doing all this leg pass and all that type of stuff. But yeah, I got the takedown, and then on our feet, I knew what he was gonna do. So it was just a matter of not slowing him down, but just wrestling my match and just not letting him get to his attacks and stuff. So, and I did that, and yeah,
did that.
Finished that on top.
Man,
on, baby.
There was a good little brick in there.
Yeah, the Snyder brick was that's the brick of the year. You get that one. Get that one to Snyder. Brick of the year out there.
They threw a pretty good break in my match too.
Yeah, bro. You got to hear what Snyder said. So when I walked in, Snyder looked me in my eyes. He was like, "Get off the skates, bro." I was like, "Yeah, I got to get off the skates. I'm bugging right now."
He said something just like that to me in my match. He was like, "Love it when you go back out there," because they gave him a takedown in my match at the end of the second period, and we threw the challenge brick, wiped it off, no takedown, 0-0 going into the third. My choice. I'm like, I'm going down. Doc was like, "Hey, when you get up, forward, 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 forward." He was like, "If you go forward, this dude cannot take you down. You go forward, he cannot take you down." Whole time, Weeda wiping blood off my ears. My call fire.
Ears, just
man, same thing. March forward. Don't change the darn thing. Don't change a thing.
That's the simplest you can do it. Just don't change nothing.
There was a moment. There was a moment at the end of Trelly's match where, folks were talking. It's like, okay, Trelly's tired. Can he finish? Can he finish? Can he finish? Can he finish? And the people there, like, it's smart wrestling.
Yeah.
It's just smart wrestling.
It really is. I got my points.
Right.
And I did what I had to do, and I let him take me down.
And they're screaming, he's tired. He barely made it. And out of nowhere, here comes the Charlie flip. Here comes the Charlie backflip.
That's a 9.7 out of 10 right there.
I'll
give it a 10 out of 10. For real.
Got up there.
Stuck the landing, everything.
Well, that was the thing that
was the thing I was worried about. Honestly, I was like, I gotta stick landing. If I fall on my back or something, I'm gonna get clowned. You know what I'm saying?
That'd have been forever.
Yeah, that'd have been crazy.
That'd have been forever.
I had to land it.
No, but it literally changed the conversation in the room. They're like, he was so tired. Then he backflip. They go, guess he wasn't so tired.
That's too funny.
We're gonna throw it to break. We'll come back. We'll close out Takedown Tuesdays. 2 national championships. They've got folks outside. There's a young man who's had his nose against the window trying to get a peek at you two. So we'll let you run out there for a bit. We'll take some pictures and then we'll come back. We'll close out Takedown Tuesday with the champs.
Your new Total Wine in Lincoln has the largest selection of wines, spirits, and beers, plus totally low prices and friendly service from our helpful guides. With over 8,000 wines, 4,500 spirits, and 2,500 beers, you're sure to find your favorites and something new. You can even order delivery, in-store, or curbside pickup. Find what you love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Now open in Lincoln next to Gateway Mall.
Drink responsibly, B21.
At Fairway Meat Market, you're family, and as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now, through April 6th, enjoy all-natural, thick-cut bone-in pork chops for $2.48 per pound, all-natural boneless chicken breasts $2.99 per pound, 5-ounce portions of tuna steak, mahi-mahi, or swordfish for $3.99 each, and Bush Light 30 racks just $17.99 each when you purchase 2. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center, just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Spring is the time of new beginnings and trying new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For parties for St. Patrick's Day and Easter or celebrating the NCAA tournament with friends, there's no better dip to bring everyone together and celebrate something from Nebraska. Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers. And if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Hey volleybalfans, this is Laura Dijkema, National Player of the Netherlands, and now the setter on Omaha's newest professional team, Love Omaha Volleyball. League Volleyball is bringing the heat this year. Don't miss your chance to see Olympians, national players, and national champions right here in Omaha from now through April. We can't wait to see you cheering for us in the stands. Visit lovboma.com to buy single match tickets to see me and Love Omaha Volleyball in action. Go Big Green!
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
Hey, bestie. Whoa, how'd you snag that awesome set of wheels? I'm in the market for a new car, too. My friends at Members Own Credit Union. You're always in the driver's seat when it comes to your finances at Members Own. Always in the driver's seat, huh? Yep. They set you up with a loan that makes sense for your budget with great rates and top-notch customer service to boot. Looks like we're going to need to make a pit stop. Let's go. I'll drive. Hit the road to financial success and explore auto loan options with your best financial friend, Members Own Credit Union. For details, go to membersowncu.org/drive. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call
John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air,
and Electrical.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Experience the Landmark difference with the next level of dealer support. Landmark, your local John Deere dealer, continually works to have parts on hand the first time you walk in the door. Our internal route system means we can get the parts to you typically same or next day to keep you up and running. At Landmark, we understand time is money. Get more uptime with our after-hours parts and service support on the phone or in the field. Stop by your local Landmark today to experience the Landmark difference.
Imagine a healthier, more active, physically fit version of yourself. If you've been putting off getting into shape, now is the time with the Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping 10-Week Challenge. Our program combines kickboxing, strength training, and nutrition coaching to help you achieve your fitness goals. And ticket listeners, you can get $150 off your enrollment. The next 10-week challenge begins on April 12th. You can get all the info at fxblincoln.com. Don't wait any longer. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
Back to Takedown Tuesday with Nebraska Wrestling head coach Mark Manning, powered by the Teammates Mentoring Program on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Final segment before we hand it over to teammates. Demo and Asher in the building. They got a special guest to carry you through from 5 until 6 o'clock, but it has been a special hour. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us on the stream and on the text line. Greatly appreciate it. That's the first, during the break, that's the first time I got to hold those titles. And what is it that makes those so special?
I would say the work.
Yeah.
The work behind it.
Yeah.
Right. This is something that I've been striving for, grinding literally my entire life.
Yeah.
I started practicing. It was with the teddy bear because I wasn't big enough to do moves on regular kids.
Yeah.
I was like 2-3 years old, little bitty. And when I was in third grade, so one of our old club coaches, my friend Henry Kasperzak, I was good friends with his son Colton. He was on the team with us. We were at his house and he had us write down our goals. When it was in March, we were watching NCAAs at his house, and he had us write down our goals. Like, what was it? I was in like third grade. I was like, I want to be an NCAA champ. I will be an NCAA champ. Right. So there was a lot of work, a lot of time, a lot of missed birthday parties, parties, going out with friends, a lot of stuff that, just there were bigger things ahead that we wanted to accomplish.
Charles, for you, I mean, what's it all about?
Yeah, for me, it was just everything. And that's why I wouldn't say that's why I got into wrestling, but like I started to learn like, I could be a national champ, I could be a world champ, Olympic champ as I got older. And I think back to when Kyle Snyder, he won his, I was watching him because this is probably like the very first time I really sat down and watched the NCAA finals. I can't remember what grade I was in. I saw him win. I was like, oh man, I gotta be in this stage one day. And then since then I started working towards that goal. And then when I got to high school, I started working. I thought I was an NFL player in high school. I thought I was an NFL player, And so, but then by my sophomore year, I was like, man, I'm gonna really go all in on this wrestling stuff. And that's when I went to Fargo for the first time, got second at Fargo. And then, throughout high school, just the goal started. I felt it, I felt the grasp of what the goal was, just getting closer and closer. And then when I got here to Nebraska and I redshirted, I was like, man, I'm not gonna be in the lineup yet. I mean, I can't be a national champ. Then I was like, all right, the red shirt is gonna be what gets me there, because I made the biggest jumps, I would say, that season. And then then my redshirt freshman year, that's when I truly started to believe. I won some big matches, some top 10 matches. And then I got onto the podium at the end of the season. I was, I'm about to start working. I started working like the next week. And I was like, I'm going to get this national title. I was running stadiums by myself in the summer and stuff. So, like, it's a lot of work, hard work, blood, sweat, tears, and this stuff. And I missed a lot of stuff that led up to it. But, man, it's just, I can't really even put into words how much work I put in to get this thing.
I can.
For real,
something I have never seen. Coach Manning literally kicked my man's out of the wrestling room.
Yeah.
He said, you cannot come to practice this week.
And I was like, dang, did I do something wrong?
No, you have been in here too much, Antrell. All summer long, this boy was in there doing the thing.
Yeah.
Never seen that.
So I guess that's the question. To be a wrestler at this level, you kind of have to believe that you have national champion in you. Like, you can't compete with absolute sharks if you don't think you're the shark.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really a thing. But is that true? Does every wrestler who wrestles in high school becomes a state champion? Does he believe in his heart? Because I would think that they may think they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure they think they're national championship good. What's in you that made you think you were national championship good already?
I would say just the consistent belief in my talents. I got it tattooed on me. It says, God created you different, know your worth. And I always look back on that, like fall back on that. And then I just keep working. And even when I lose, it's just a lesson, So I just always had the belief in that I'm gonna be great.
Right. If I had to pick one right now, I would say Brock Hardy.
No pressure, Bart.
Yeah.
But he built like he wants the pressure.
Yeah, he love it.
He wants the pressure.
He has a whole clothing line that says "Wrestling is fun."
I love it. As a matter of fact, I got the hat. I went and bought the hat because it means that much. Yeah, man. Gentlemen, again, as the text line says, well done. They're proud of you. They appreciate you. I will say, well done. I'm proud of you. I appreciate you. Ridge, what are you doing next Tuesday at 4:00?
I will not be able to be here.
You're going to find some. Charlie, what you doing next week?
I don't think I got nothing planned as of now.
Well, I think you're going to host this show next Tuesday.
Come on.
And then you get to pick a guest. You pick your guest. Pick your guest. Pick your guest.
Okay.
All right.
Stay tuned. I got y'all.
It's Trelly Takedown Tuesday next week on the ticket. Don't go anywhere. Teammates, Demo and Ash coming up.
Load up on meat and more this spring at the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. This week's special through April 1st is $1